15 love. All.
Well, not a happy start for Rosewall there, as he serves his 9th double fault.
$30.15. $40.15.
Rather a gift point there for Rosewall. Not a bad miss by John, but if ever a man wanted to get his first service in now, it's certainly Rosewall.
$40.30. Deuce.
A rather laboured bending of the knees as Rosewall had to go right down for that low forehand volley.
Advantage Newcombe. Game to Newcombe. Game to Newcombe, first game, 4th set.
2-1, 1 love, Newcombe serving.
Love 15.
So it's a question now of the competitive spirit of Rosewall, plus his high pride, if he can pull himself out of this physical deterioration.
Love 30. $15.30.
It was very unlucky.
30 all.
Good for length, but a bit wide.
$40.30.
Of course, with tiredness, the control and precision that Ken Rosewall has left him. The touch shots are not working. He'd be better off perhaps going for a few more winners.
Game to Newcombe. Two games to love. Newcombe leads, fourth set.
And the 9-year difference in age really beginning to tell now as Newcombe ruthlessly puts that backhand volley away. But there'll be nearly 15,000 people here, I'm sure, willing Rosewall on. Can he find some inspiration?
15 love. 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 Rosewall. Two games to one. Newcombe leads. $15 love. $30 love. $40 love. Game to Newcombe. Three games to one. Newcombe leads, fourth set.
And that after just 2 hours and 3 minutes of play. One is getting the feeling now that this is a cruel thing that's happening to Ken Rosewall.
Love 15. Love 30. $15-30.
There'll be a big and sympathetic hand every time Rosewall can play a rally like that.
$30 all. 40-30. Rosewall. Love 15. Love 30. Second service.
Rosewall still agile enough to run round his backhand there to play a forehand.
Love 40.
So 3 break points for Rosewall to make it 3-all in the 4th set. Tremendous and prolonged hand for Rosewall.
4th set.
So that's restored the break that he suffered in the opening game of this 4th set.
What?
Love.
With victory in sight, Newcombe perhaps a tiny bit frail.
Love. Love.
John Newcombe now is behind in this set. It's 3-4. He still has 2 sets to 1 lead.
Love. All.
Rosewall there whipping himself up, and one of those glorious backhand passes.
$15-30.
Good call by the linesman, but a bad break for Ken Rosewall. What a return.
$15-14.
What a swing around here as John Newcombe makes an error there off of a high ball. And Ken Rosewall really in great contention here. 2 points for the break. And it's 3-4.
$30-14. Five games to 3. Rosewall leads 4th set.
So 2 great backhands contributing to that break of serve. Rosewall serving for the set.
Love 15.
And a great volley on the 9th stroke of that rally. Well left.
15 all.
Rosewall might have had a bit of a job to reach it, but it was well judged.
$30-15.
I don't know what John's coming over. It looks as though he's broken a racket, yes. And this could be a great switch in things as Ken Rosewall making a tremendous comeback after losing his open serve of this 4th set. He's back in front now, having broken 2 serves, 5-3. He's leading 30-15, and obviously John Newcombe broke his favorite racket.
$40-15.
So 40-15 for Rosewall and 2 set points to make it 2 sets all.
Love 15.
A great wrong footing pass by Rosewall there.
All.
What a brave second service. Well, the lob was about a yard or so beyond the service line if it had fallen, but Newcombe usually puts those away.
All.
A little unlucky.
30. Game to Newcombe.
Love one, fifth set.
Love.
As Rosewall looked up for that lob to make the smash, he must have felt a spot or two of rain on his face.
All.
And on go the Macintoshes and up come the umbrellas.
Looks fine enough. I would think that Mike Gibson would hold off just a little bit, but he's right on the scene. 15-all's the score. Still some life in Kenny. He went way back to the backdrop to play a backhand off of a great lob by Newcombe. This is a danger point for Rosewall, 15-30.
All.
What a fine deep volley from a very awkward position for Rosewall there. Rosewall quickly anticipating the rather deft shot from Newcombe. Runs right in, cleans his volley away straight away. Good service.
Game to Rosewall. One game all, final set.
John at the far end, just waiting for the balls. Taking his time before he sets himself up with this deliberate stance.
15 love. Love.
What?
Love.
And that great rally won by a tremendous backhand from Newcombe.
Yeah, it'll work.
What?
$40-15. Two games to one, Newcombe leads, final set.
As he serves.
15 love.
Very happy to report also that the rain has really quieted down. Looks like there's no danger, at least at the moment, of this match being stopped. It would be a tragedy for both fellas.
15 all.
A very difficult half volley there on a good return of service by Newcombe. Rosewall trying to keep it under control by smothering it, but just failing. Another piece of bold play by Newcombe, stepping in to volley that from just inside the baseline.
$15-40. $30-40.
Most purposeful shot there by Rosewall, wrong-footing Newcombe with a great cross backhand volley.
What?
Advantage Newcombe.
Well, what a great shot by John as Ken Rosewall decided to gamble staying back. He's been in trouble consistently on that tactic. He simply has to come in on that serve.
What?
3 games to 1, Newcombe leads, final set.
So the vital break of service in this final set comes to Newcombe on Rosewall's 11th double fault. Pity for Rosewall. Up to that double fault, he'd served rather well. A wonderful angled forehand volley, very, very low, almost off his ankles, from John Newcombe, setting up the chance for the easy smash. What an aggressive return by Rosewall, right on top of the bounce off one of the heaviest services that Newcombe has hit in the match. The backhand return there, really worrying John. John Newcombe, as he stood up there and hit that tremendous service, really trying to power his way through this Rosewall resistance. Really producing a wonderful attacking deep volley, almost knocking Rosewall over. Foot fault called on Newcombe for the second time. He stands dangerously near this line.
And he's a lucky fellow, Dan. Did you see the return of Ken Rosewall? Perfect placement.
And to the eternal credit of John Newcombe, he never wavered after the call of foot fault.
Change the balls, please. Love. Love. $30-15.
Well, John hits always low trajectory returns, and with that touch of top, you're bound to get quite a few net chords. It's a bit cruel for Rosewall.
All. 30-40. Games to 1, Newcombe leads. Final set.
So a run of 4 games for John Newcombe to come from 1-all to 5-1 in this final set. So it's Newcombe serving for the championship. The return of Rosewall momentarily hanging on top of the net, but no net cord. Newcombe as solid as a rock there as he stood right on top of the net volleying. Oh!
30-15.
I can only imagine that was brought about by John anticipating a backhand down the line and already moving that way and suddenly trying to thrust back for the pass. All is well, 30-15. Great return by Rosewall. John just practicing a service throw up there again. It's out.
30-all.
Five 1, 30-all. Oh, that was a courageous point if ever I saw one.
Deuce.
Unlucky. An inch out.
Advantage Newcombe.
So it's a championship point for John Newcombe.
deuce. Newcombe.
3 wonderful strokes there. A service, a wonderful return by Rosewall, and what a volley from Newcombe to give him his 2nd championship point.
One.
Princess Margaret comes on, present the cup, accompanied by Herman David on her right, the chairman of the club, and following behind, Major Mills, the secretary, and the president behind there of the Lawn Tennis Association. And David Mills presents the cup to the princess and now to the holder. And so John Newcombe, a proud man, the champion at the last amateur Wimbledon in 1967, now holds what is virtually the championship of the world. And so as John retires, I think we'll get a tremendous hand for Ken Rosewall. Ken Rosewall gets the medal as the runner-up, and I'm sure a sympathetic word from Princess Margaret. And coming forward now, Eric Auger, who took this match and controlled this match so well, the umpire, a man who does a great deal for lawn tennis all around this country. And so, a great honor for Eric Auger. And Princess Margaret, who presented the cup yesterday, doing the honors again, and she waves to the crowd as she walks off. And this is a moment, I think, when we can once again pay our final compliment to the ball boys who've done a wonderful job of work here, a truly wonderful job. I think in all the years I've been watching the ball boys at work at Wimbledon, I've never seen them better than they have been here. And these boys come from the London Borough of Merton, 2 schools in Mitcham, which is not too far away from here, and also from the Wandsworth High School, which is just a mile away. So after that great scene, I think we shall see Princess Margaret return to the royal box. And the players will be enclosed, I'm sure, by the photographers. So in amidst that crowd, you'll find the players, and here comes the rush of the photographers as they come forward, not worrying too much about the sacred court. And so John Newcombe there, accompanied by the referee of the championships, Mike Gibson. And so that's the famous trophy presented by King George V to the club for competition. And John will get all sorts of other cups, replicas, and so on. And Jack, what was that first prize?
First prize was £3,000, immediately, Dan, but I would say that in the realm of sports as they are today, John is kissing not only the trophy, but perhaps another 100,000 plus pounds by virtue of his victory. I think that all the various endeavors of sporting goods equipment and other things that John's doing, why, course, winning this greatest of all championships has got to enhance anything that he ever does all the rest of his athletic life. As John indicating that he's the king, at least for today, for this championship. Let's take a look once again, perhaps, at the final point of the men's championship of the 1970 Open, as Kenny Rosewall hits a great backhand return, but what a volley placement, and that's the way to win them, and that's what John Newcombe did with that volley. Dan, I feel that the big part of John's victory today is, except on 2 occasions where Kenny did help him out with a double fault, John Newcombe won the games he needed by hitting out for winners and doing it successfully. He didn't actually accept too many, I think, loose games from Kenny Rosewall. He went out and won them.
Jack, sad as one may be at the defeat of Rosewall, I think the better man on the day won. And in our champion today, we have a man who is a champion in every possible respect. A great man, John Newcombe.